welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to be sharing a super simple but delicious recipe with y'all. Today I am going to be making keto-friendly lasagna roll-ups. So good. But before we jump into today's video, I wanted to take a quick second to thank today's sponsor. Skillshare is sponsoring today's video, and if you have never heard of Skillshare, it's an online learning community with more than 25,000 different classes that you can take in design, business, culinary, and so many more. I have been using Skillshare for a couple of months now, and my favorite categories is the culinary one because it is helping me refine my skills in the kitchen, as well as the film production category because in the next couple of months I really want to up my game in my video editing skills. Whether you are wanting to fuel your curiosity, your creativity, or just wanting to learn a new skill, Skillshare is the perfect place to keep you learning and thriving in 2019. They have an affordable premium membership that gets you access to every class for less than $10 a month. However, if you are one of the first 500 people to click the link down below in the description, you will get 2 months of premium Skillshare free. So check them out if you're interested, but for now, let's go ahead and hop right into this lasagna roll-up recipe. Oh yeah. The first step is preheating your oven to 400 degrees. The first step of this recipe is getting the zucchini cut into slices. So I am going to be using a mandolin, and just an FYI, if you've never used a mandolin before, they can be very easy to slice your finger clean off. So my aunt and uncle got me these wonderful gloves that are going to help me not get cut. So I'm going to wear these while we slice the zucchinis. If you use a mandolin, always use it safely. I don't want to hear about any more stories of y'all cutting off your fingertips because that's terrible. All right, let's go ahead and jump in now that I've given y'all a safety briefing. I have 3 zucchinis right here. 2 of them I've cut the ends off, but this third one I'm going to set it aside for now because I may not need it because these are some thick zucchinis. So what I'm going to do is protect myself. And now I just sliced my zucchini in half because I thought that would help me get those strips I am looking for. Now it is time to just start trying to make some long slices. One thing I realized is I am terrible using the mandolin, but it is what it is. Most of the slices came out decent. So now zucchini holds a lot of moisture, so we are going to try and suck some of the moisture out before cooking with it to avoid it getting soggy and mushy in the oven. So I laid out 2 things of paper towels, and I am just going to lay all of my slices on the paper towels. As you can see, I've got my copious amount of zucchini all laid out on the paper towels. So now I am going to take some salt and sprinkle it on both sides of the zucchini. And then we are just going to let it rest here for 15 to 20 minutes while we continue on with the recipe and let that excess moisture kind of be sucked out because of the salt. The zucchini is over here sweating in the background for probably 15 to 20 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I have a pound of Italian sausage, and I am just going to put that in a pan and brown it. My sausage is just about fully cooked. I'm going to drain all the grease, and then we are going to move on to the filling. I am going to be using my handy dandy food scale right here to weigh out some of the ingredients in this recipe. First thing I'm going to do is weigh out 1 cup of ricotta cheese. Next up, I'm going to add half of a cup of grated parmesan cheese. And now 1 egg. Up next, I'm going to do some minced garlic. You can either do 2 cloves of garlic or about a teaspoon of minced garlic. And now I'm going to add in my seasonings. I'm going to use some of my pink salt, some black pepper, and some of this Italian all-purpose seasoning. So just season it to your taste. Now to combine all of this together. Now that our cheese mixture is mixed, we're going to add in our pound of sausage that we browned and get this nice and mixed together as well. And just like that, our filling is complete. Now it's time to throw it all together. Now to move on to the pan that we are going to bake our lasagna roll-ups in. So I am using this little baking tin. However, it would probably be better if I had like a 10 by 10 square pan or maybe a 10 or 11 inch skillet that's oven proof. But this is all I got because when you come to Katherine's kitchen, we ain't fancy. So this is just gonna have to do the job. To our baking pan, we are going to add a cup, maybe a cup and a half of marinara sauce. I am using the brand Rao's or Rouse. I still don't know how to say it correctly, but you may have to sell your firstborn to buy this. It's very expensive, like $8 for a jar, but it is probably the best low carb keto option sauce-wise. Now I am just going to kind of willy-nilly pour this in there. Perfect. Now that we've added in our sauce, we are just going to set this over here to the side. The zucchini have been sweating for a little while, and as you can see, these paper towels are soaked. The salt did its job. It helped to pull out a lot of moisture from the zucchini. I'm gonna dab them each with a bit of a paper towel, and then it'll be time to fill them. All right, I have my filling station ready to go. I have my baking pan. We're gonna put the completed zucchini roll-ups in. I have my filling, and I also have a little bowl of mozzarella cheese. What we're going to do is grab one of our strips of zucchini, grab a little bit of our filling, add a pinch of mozzarella cheese, and then we are just going to roll it up into a little circle. And just like that, we have our first zucchini roll up, and we're just gonna set it right down in the pan. And now we are just going to continue to do this over and over until we've filled up all of our zucchini. After a couple minutes of work, look at how beautiful these lasagna roll-ups are. I just did as many as I could that would fit inside this pan. I did, however, have quite a bit of leftover filling, and I may just add this to my eggs tomorrow because that sounds like it would be pretty delicious. But I always would rather have too much filling than not enough. But the final step before we put this in the oven is we are going to sprinkle some mozzarella cheese over the top of these roll-ups. The lasagna roll-ups are complete and ready to go in the oven. I am going to stick them in my 400-degree oven for roughly 20 to 30 minutes or until the cheese is browning and everything is cooked throughout. I just pulled my keto-friendly lasagna roll-ups out of the oven, and boy, do they look and smell just fabulous. A couple of them kind of toppled over, but that's just because I cut them very thin, but I still think it looks pretty and will serve pretty as well. So I'm gonna let these cool for a couple of minutes, and then we are going to dig in and give them a try. Time for the taste test. I have one of my little roll-ups right here. If you're feeling fancy, you can top it with some grated Parmesan cheese, but I am going to skip out on the Parmesan cheese for now and just dig right in and give it a go. Cheers. That filling is delicious. Oh my golly. Well, I hope that you guys enjoyed this lasagna roll-up recipe. Not only is it a relatively simple recipe, it can definitely be a crowd pleaser because it just looks so pretty. If you guys enjoyed this recipe, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel down below if you haven't done so. And I will see y'all again real soon with another video. Bye guys.